Check. Check. Audio sounds good. Let's jump in the Discord. There we go. There's my face. How's it going? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a safe
What's in wait for me?
and fun holidays. If you did go out and get anything on sale, I hope that was like a safe, normal experience for you.
Time becomes...
So what is my current quest? It's been a while. We need moon radishes. We just need to generally help Amiri kill a monster. We'll have to find Tartuccio again, and just kind of hang out. Okay.
Quick, quick, else we miss all the fun. Step, step, step.
Excuse me. So who are we going to take with us? I kind of want to take the other lady instead of her friend. I forgot their names. Because he's not very friendly. I'm worried about him. Let's bring friend. So first, let me level up everybody. That seems like a good choice. Let's take another level of cleric. I kind of like the idea of him being not great at persuasion. I am torn between liking the idea of him not being good at persuasion and wanting to min-max a little bit. I think covering lore religion seems really good. And then also boosting perception seems pretty good. Beat. Spell focus. Choose a school of magic. Any spell you cast in that school are more difficult to resist. Or weapon focus. Gain +1 bonus on all attack rolls. I wish there was a way to check what feats he already had without maybe if I go to character, abilities. Oh, these are feats. What was I gonna boost? Was it persuasion? No, it was religion and perception. And then I think, because we have him doing a lot of healing stuff, I think a weapon focus is better. He uses a flail, right? It's just a regular flail. Okay, it is a flail. So that's good. Okay, let's level up Lindsay. Bard. So we want mobility, trickery. I kind of feel like stealth is almost a dead skill to us. So I'll take extra points in trickery. Knowledge World seems good. Persuasion seems good. Lingering Performance. That seems really good. Spells, let's try to get spells that we don't already have from other characters. Sleep. I'm thinking Hideous Laughter seems pretty good. Ooh, Vanish would be good for dealing with Harim's issues. So let's give her lots of athletics, lots of mobility, lore nature, and a little bit of perception couldn't hurt. Like, having people be able to see is like pretty good. What type of weapon does she use? She has like a special weapon. I almost think I want to give her blind fight, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, let's give her that. I think that's also what I gave myself, but like, we fought a whole bunch of concealed enemies earlier, so I feel like that's worth it. So Inquisitor. Perception is really good. Use magic device seems really good. I think we've already got a lot of athletics-based characters. I think having Knowledge Arcana seems pretty good. Lore is pretty decent. Let me see, what are some other ones where like just our whole group is like really bad, so it would be helpful. Let's go with that. Okay, she uses a scythe. I remember this. Can we get... Scythe. Teamwork feat. So I think Precise Strike seems very good. Allied Spellcaster. What is Shielded Caster? Ooh, this would be good if we could get it on Harim, I think. Because he has a shield. I think it's a tower shield. I might be wrong. And then, let's see. True Strike seems pretty good. And then Octavia, let's level you up. Oh, you are a wizard and a rogue. That's interesting. I think I like the idea of another level of wizard. So Knowledge Arcana would make sense. Having good mobility does not seem bad. Greater spell focus. Let's go with greater spell focus, transmutation. Let's go for reduce person just seems very good. And hurricane bow would not be bad. So now that we leveled everybody up, let's go to Bogart's hunting ground. We kind of just have time to kill. So we may as well go check stuff out, find new things, kind of roam around and wait for the plot to happen, I guess.
I need a challenge. I
Let Sheila
crave
take
for
the lead, so she
adventure.
usually does.
You will go.
Let the attack commence.
Okay, let's unpause. Oh, these are tough.
So
Ooh. Spears seem not worth it. We'll take money though.
Shall we move? We shall
Grotus
move.
follows in my steps.
Oh, hello.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
What do we have here? Oh yeah, we got loads of like items and whatnot. We should actually check if these are any good. So,
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
I'm gonna have to go to my character.
So many thoughts, so little time.
Equipment? Is that what I want? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's take off Tartuccio's present. Oh, this is actually very convenient. So we could give ourselves an intelligence boost. I don't know how worthwhile that is, compared to just giving something to someone else who needs it.
I crave for adventure.
Like, who's intelligence based? Would Octavia's magic be intelligence based? I don't actually know. Her intelligence is up there, so probably. It's weird. My controller's like up button is not always working. I hope that's like not a.
You can count on me.
Hold on, is this stuff actually getting equipped? I just want to make sure. Okay, it
I
is.
won't let you down.
So if I go to
Shall we
Sheila,
move?
I should
We
not
shall
see
move.
Tartuccio's ring on anymore. Okay, good.
Let's shake a leg.
I think. What is a Miri wearing? Cloak of Resistance? Hide armor. This kind of seems like. I wish there was like more options to like compare things. I think giving her the Ring of Protection seems really good.
Here I am. See? The road calls me. I'll take the
And
bait.
so they walked on. You're but a footnote in our story.
May I see your entrails, please?
Protect me, please.
Forwards! No backwards, backwards! So many thoughts, so little time.
Agate,
I crave for adventure.
goods, a cloak, potion of aid, potion of shield of faith, carved beads, shining scale,
Quick, quick!
2
Else we
monies.
miss all the fun.
Let me see. No, not rest. We want
Adventures
Lindsay
call to them.
to cure light wounds herself.
Yes.
And Lindsay was called for.
Yes. Shall we move? We shall move.
Each step brings us closer to the end.
Anything else we can find here?
Urgathoa guides me.
Honestly, seems like we just took care of some random
What's
enemies
in
and
wait
now
for
we
me
can
there,
leave.
I wonder.
We got some good stuff though. I think we are
Let's
okay with
shake a
leaving all
leg.
that stuff.
catch my breath.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
My life is a burden.
We should rest. So we could swap her for her, which then gives us room to put guard duty. Should I add like a supplemental hunter? Do I have any special roles? I don't. I think in that case, let's buff our chances at hunting. And let's use our rations, use all our healing spells. Begin resting.
I really admire Guy and the Archknights of Aveston. I hope we can do some good in the world like they did. We just seem so... I don't know. We are not the heroes I imagined the Archknights to have been.
Don't be sad just because we don't measure up to some book. Even if it was based on real people, I am sure they didn't always agree. Don't focus on what we struggle with. Write your story about what we do well.
Yay, we forged food. How good do we have to be at cooking to get a hearty meal? Let's fight him. I don't like just fighting a random enemy, but I feel like I say this every time. I should maybe stop repeating myself, but we're just so bad at stealth. At least, like, the low end of our stealth is so bad at stealth that I don't trust that to work for
I
us.
am prepared to meet my end. Are you?
Hello, random enemy. A breath weapon. Fire method.
Let's go.
I think for now we exit. Sure, let's check out the old sycamore. Trolls can be killed with fire or acid, usually. Don't like that usually there. Like, we should maybe be stocking up on some types of stuff.
Greetings. I have urgent news from Restov. The investigation that I have conducted at Lady Jamande's orders have proved your innocence. Tartuccio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Irovetti is no stranger to intrigue, and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamande sends her apologies. Lady Jamande ordered me to capture Tartuccio. We were following his trail when that damned mist fell. First, we entirely lost our way, and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. Alas, nearly all my people were wounded and can go no further. And so I am here asking for your aid. I'll point out on the map where Tartuccio is supposed to be. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. Restov will not forget this favor.
How did
That
Tartuccio
sly
manage to
bastard has
fool
caused
you?
us no little trouble, that's for sure. When he showed up in Restov and announced he was going to join the expedition, nobody suspected a thing. Yes, a gnome, yes, a sorcerer, but so what? Even after that terrible night, some of my people were willing to bet money on you being the spy. His overconfidence was his downfall. Tartuccio's henchmen, it seems, imagined they could safely meet with Pataxian spies in the town's seedy underbelly. But Restov is the ancestral home of the Eldori, and Lady Jamande is respected not only by the aristocracy and the common folk, but also by those on the other side of the law. We received a message from the slums. A good friend, who wished to remain anonymous, suggested the Sword Lords take a closer look at a certain guest from Patax. Jamande immediately sent for me and ordered me to capture the spy, all very quietly, of course. He told us everything, and not only about Tartuccio. I doubt that Irovetti was pleased to hear of his agent's failure.
What can Pataxian spies hope to find in the
Pataxian
stolen
spies
lands?
are much like magpies. They'll grab anything that catches their eye. Information, treasure, artifacts. This time, King Irovetti had a chance to seize the entire Stolen Lands region, and at the Eldori's expense. I'll give you some advice for the future. Be wary of the Pataxian king. He's truly a snake of a man.
Yours is the noble,
Used to be.
name of a noble house.
It's only a name now, nothing more. The House Garess are a noble family in Brevoy. They own several mines in the Galushkin Mountains. My father Evan is cousin to Lord Howland Garess, but he's my father no longer. In any case, I brought shame upon my name and was punished accordingly. The family disowned me. I fled to Restov and took up the life of a simple mercenary, until I received an assignment here in the Stolen Lands.
Care to tell me why you were exiled? You've asked me a favor.
Fair
I'd say you
enough.
owe me an explanation.
For Garess, the prosperity of the house and the honor of the name stands above all else, and I was betrothed to a widow from another noble house. This union was of great importance to the family. However, 3 months before the wedding, I met a commoner girl, gentle and pure, and we fell in love. I would have rather died than leave my Tanya, so I decided to break off the engagement with my noble bride. I could never have expected what would follow. My father was furious. I'd set a pointless love affair above the interests of the house. He expelled me from the family and ordered to leave our lands under threat of death. And Tanya, her mother was seriously ill, and she stayed behind to care for her rather than follow me into exile. Thus, I was on my own, disgraced, without a name, and without love. Don't imagine that I ask for pity. Everyone gets what they deserve.
I'd say you deserved a better fate, Keston. True love should
Done
not
is
be
done.
punished. I would
Well
like to
then,
know more
ask
of your
away.
homeland. Tell me of
House
the lands you
Garess
grew up
owns a
in.
number of valleys and gorges in the Galushkin Mountains. The landscape makes these places easily defensible, and they're rich in ores and everything else the depths of the earth have to offer. It is a place of rare beauty. When I moved to Restov, I couldn't get used to it for a long time. There was nothing but sky between the roofs. No mountain peaks anywhere in sight.
Tell me
It
of
is
House
an old
Garess.
and renowned family, one of the most influential in Brevoy. A long time ago, the Garess house entered a pact with the dwarven clan of Golka. This proved to be of great benefit to both parties, and they've supplied the ore for our forges ever since. Lord Howland even took the son of the dwarven leader as his ward. Who would have known where this would lead? The same winter that Brevoy lost the Rogarvia dynasty, Howland's only natural son, Bren, went missing in the mountains. Thus, Toval Golka, the Lord's dwarven ward, became heir to House Garess. The lad has it tough, though. Too many believed Howland should have chosen someone of his own blood to be the heir. I would imagine my own father had similar plans for me, but we all know how that went. As you
Finish
wish.
this conversation another time. I'll see you later.
On my way. What for Gorham? Burn, slice, behead.
You can count on me.
Earring, buckle,
So
money.
many thoughts, so little time.
I still think it's worth
I spy. What do
I
spy?
did as you asked.
checking for stuff, which clearly it was.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the
Right.
fun!
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Oh, that's a lot of enemies. I might go ahead and do that. Okay, so we can't get any pelts.
Shall we move? We shall move!
Climbing the hill is a steep mobility check. Can't we check this?
time.
Oh,
someone
okay,
help me?
nope.
Let's go.
I think this time we take the coward's way out and leave. So, I think before we move on, we should rest.
I sank to such lows after my exile. I was a pathetic sot, drowning my feelings of uselessness in cheap drinks. How ironic is it that the teachings of Grotus would bring sense to my life.
We foraged 1 ration's worth of food. I was really hoping we would get more. Look out the window. Ah, so we have to go to the river. First, let's go see what Tartuccio's up to. Actually, before I do that, quick save. Just in case. In case Tartuccio has done something that makes him totally unbeatable.
I'm by your side.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
That's one thing I never expected to see in the middle of the forest. A circus show, learning a new trade, Tartuccio.
Silly and foolish as you. While you were following my trails, I was preparing an ambush. To arms, my...
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me!
Inspire courage, personal bard. And use performance to inspire courage in allies. Let's see. Have you rage? Have Jathal, I don't want to use any important spell slot type things. I think everything else is good. I don't know why we can't rage as Sheila, but
I crave for adventure.
Just letting the ink dry.
I need a challenge. The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
some gold, agate, treasure, spoon.
So many
This
thoughts.
way.
So little time. Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun! Shall we move? We shall move! Let's shake a leg!
We got mushrooms.
That is possible.
Onions, potatoes.
The road calls me.
fowl.
I'll take the bait. Move on.
Was it? Let me see. Oh, and there was like a cooking recipe or something I could like learn. Is that a thing? So we've copied a recipe. Now how do we cook with that recipe?
I crave for adventure.
So we walked on.
Quick,
Leave.
quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Let's see.
My life is a burden.
What was the journal here? So we're gonna need food. As much as I hate to just like run back, we really do need food, like badly.
All the fun! Step, step, step.
Oh, you know what? Is it 'cause we're fatigued? Is that why we couldn't rage? Show me your wares.
I crave for adventure.
You got food, Oleg? We could really use some food. Bag of holding. Seems pretty good. Aha! Camping supplies and rations. Give me, like, everything you got. Let's see, what is some other stuff that's like, maybe not trash, but like type. Oh no, did that actually already sell all of our like rings and stuff that we don't need? Okay, that's all stuff for like antiques collectors specifically. Okay. Oh, we actually do not have enough money for all of this. So this is costing us 25,000. So let's remove that from the deal. Let's also, now that I'm looking at this, we're going to pick up 400 pounds, I assume, of food. Or no. Hold on. Why are we getting 500 pounds? Oh, each thing is 10 pounds. Let's move like 30 of those back. See you later, Keston. Let's go ahead and rest as well. Like, let's rest here where food is free. Or it's probably not free, but you know what I mean. Like, we don't suffer consequences of not eating food. Now we can rage again. So we've done our full rest.
Time becomes distance. Shall we move? We shall move!
Confirm. Let's go to the tree thing. So let's go Old Sycamore. Okay, no one's tired, right? I like how there's so many tips related to running a kingdom and all that stuff. We haven't even made it that far yet. This is like deep game. Like, I don't think I'm gonna stream this like forever. I'm gonna stream it until I feel like we've hit most of the like main story kind of stuff. Like, if we get the kingdom and then, like, maybe a whole stream goes by or something and there's, like, no continuing story updates, I'll start thinking about what I would stream next. Chief Soot Scale, Cowardly Traitors, Turn the Relic. Stop what's going on here. Kobolds, tell me more about what happened. I chief, I name Suit Scale. Kobold and might live here long, live here peace, but now might thief, steal our relic. Thief, teal, Elic. How do you know the relic was stolen by the mites? Mite tricksy, but Chief Sootscale is more tricksy. I call, new shaman come, Shaman Tartuk, know who stole relic. Tartuk good. What is this relic? Relic key, Kobold take relic, enter Sacred Hall. Did you really attack the mites? And where's this Shaman Tartuk now? Tartuk is not a real kobold, he deceived you. Clear to me now. Mites, I want to ask you a few questions. I Seshnal Vagik. Here, our magnificent warrior Queen Bada defeats Scary Wolf battle. Why did you fight the kobolds? Why do you need the relic? 2 relic, the key, give entrance to Sacred Hall. 1 key for kobold, 1 key for mite, each can go hall all there. Why do the kobolds think the relic was stolen by the mites? Do you know where this purple-scaled shaman is now? Very well, I have no more questions. You should make peace and search for the relic together. I'll hear my companion's advice. Well, we don't have a neutral alignment, so I guess we side with the kobolds?
I will grant your
Who
request.
will prevail? Does it matter?
Let the attack commence!
Let me just make sure no one's got, like, automatically use stuff on that I don't want on. Okay, I think we're good. Because this should, I imagine, be an easy fight. I have to say, the game is not, like, running super well. Mites, anything worth taking. Pearl. Okay.
So many thoughts.
Onwards.
So little
Together.
time.
Okay, there's a lot of enemies over there. What is up this way?
I'm not afraid.
Okay, might.
May I see your entrails, please?
I concur.
Anything worth taking? More money.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Grotus follows in my steps.
So I guess we want to, because I see lots of attacks still happening, we kind of just want to keep following the kobolds,
Let's
probably.
go. Trail me. Forget it.
Died of unknown causes.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Done and done.
Decorated scabbard. Silver chain, eggs,
I
money.
crave for adventure.
That is possible.
Shall we move? We shall move!
Potion of shielded faith. An exquisite
So many
pearl.
thoughts, so little time.
I am free to do what you ask of me.
To the dust you will go.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
All these reduced damage things. Are there like resistances going on here that I'm not aware of? Anything else that sells for
Let's
money?
shake a leg!
I'm going.
Submit.
Don't rush me.
Die, die, die!
I gotta say, I love the voice we picked. Very good voice. So this field is probably just like crawling with centipedes, right? Is that a thing?
My search was not in vain.
No, I'm embarrassed.
Come on.
I did as you asked.
No secrets can escape
Wait.
my prying gaze.
I did as you asked.
I spy. What do I spy?
There's lots of traps here. I feel like that
Done
means
and
we're
done.
on the right track.
You can count on me.
I'll carve my name into your flesh! Let the attack commence!
Leading you out of our story.
Anything worth taking?
Quick, quick!
Kinda
On
seems
mines,
like
we miss all
no.
the fun! At first I said, no, I can't.
Let's
It's
keep
too
moving.
dangerous.
Ooh,
Then I
hello,
insisted,
goods.
but I should. I need that to survive.
Do you?
Then I
I
argued.
can't
Then I
say
agreed
no.
to do it. It's so
I
hard to
did
decide
as
whether
you
I have
asked.
Whoops,
breakfast or
did
not.
I just accidentally take something? I don't know what I just took.
Shall we move? We shall move. So many thoughts.
A token
I'm
of
by
the
your
dry
side.
land. Something's up here. We've only found those in areas where bad things were happening. Let's head into the caves. I think we are okay with leaving, right? Yeah, everything else here is kind of eh.
I crave for adventure.
Oh, that's interesting. For kingdom development, you can even put it on auto mode? Depending on how much story stuff is happening after we unlock the kingdom, I may end up doing that just because I am more interested in the adventuring part than the kingdom building part, but we'll see. Who knows, maybe the kingdom building stuff will be like super deeply engaging. Or the auto function would be really bad. Either of those would be reasons I don't use it the whole time.
I am prepared to meet my end. Are you?
May I see your entrails, please?
Gatekeeper Quaggy. Sorry, Gatekeeper Quaggy. You might have been a very interesting character had we chosen the other side and gotten to know you. Bridge hoist part.
The road calls
I will
me.
indulge
I'll
you.
take the bait.
Golden trinket. Potion of vanish. Golden earring. Shocking grass.
Quick, quick!
Gold coin.
Else we miss all the fun.
Who will prevail?
Burn, slice.
I think I want to save all my rages for like when we encounter Tartuccio, because I assume we will at some point here.
Don't fall behind.
You're but a footnote in our story.
Die, die, die!
Oh, this is a lot of enemies. This might call for a rage, but I'll wait.
Running won't help you. Let the attack commence.
Actually,
May I see
attack
your
the centipede.
entrails, please?
Zero damage. Okay, we need to get that mage out of here. Okay. Might Priest.
Shall we move? We shall move.
Goods. Purse. Coins.
So many
Inkwell.
thoughts. So About time. I crave for adventure. Step,
inspiration.
Slice! Behead!
Oh, hello, large group of centipedes. So I am noticing that Barim is kind of low on health. This might be a good opportunity to go ahead and
Mountis awaits us.
Anything is possible.
Cure light wounds.
Yes.
Might even do a second one, just to be safe.
Yes. The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
I'll try to do it.
Goods.
Let's shake a
Ancient
leg.
coin. I assume going deeper is like the way to go for getting to dungeons and stuff, which is what we have that like key thing for. Oh, the warrior queen is here somewhere. Are we fighting her? We are.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
I will not kill you. We're chaos.
Quick!
We stay chaos.
I need a challenge.
Onions
So
and
many
cheese.
So little time.
Urgathoa guides me.
Shall we move? We shall move. Go.
So, I feel like resting in this like cavern type thing is not the move.
Yes.
So
I'm
let's
still
go
here.
inventory. We got loads of potions, right? Let's just like use them. Okay.
What you want?
Oh, we got an extra cloak of resistance at some point. Okay.
One shouldn't brag about a big sword if they can't carry one. I'll take the bait.
So I'll take a cloak of resistance and let's just use one potion.
Each step brings us closer to the end.
Quick! Else we miss all the fun!
2 old sycamore depths. I
Move
think
on!
that's the way we want to go.
So many thoughts. So little time.
I don't actually know, truth be told. Creatures capable of regeneration are very hard to kill, however, most of them have some form of vulnerability. For example, the monstrous crag Lenorum can be killed with cold iron weapons. So, like, what I'm reading is basically at some point here, we're gonna want to, like, collect lots of random mishmashes of, like, weapons and spells and whatnot, just to make sure we can handle all the, like, different types of regenerating enemies.
Let's shred them! Let the attack commence!
follows in my steps.
I see blood. Blood!
There is a big spider thing on the wall that looks dangerous. Oh, it's dead. So something killed this spider at some point. Even better.
I am free to do what you ask of me.
Shall we move? We shall move!
Good.
Let's shake a leg! I crave for adventure!
I think we should copy down those recipes we've been finding. Copy recipe. Copy recipe.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Dark waters of the Amazon.
Why
We
there?
provide no hint to their depth.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
Token
I'll
of
carve
the
my
Dryad.
name onto your flesh. May I see your entrails, please?
We're finding lots of stuff related to this dryad. Taproot of the old sycamore. It was here, from here, that the seed of the giant tree once sprouted.
I spy. What do I spy?
What's in
I'm
here?
going. Don't rush me.
A secret treasure trove. A snowball scroll.
Quick, quick!
And a helmet.
Else we miss all the fun!
So let me check what that helmet I just picked up was. I mean, it looks more like some kind of crown. Sort type. What do we have here? Headband of Inspired Wisdom.
So many thoughts.
So,
little time.
Oh, sorry. Was lost.
Kareem uses wisdom, right? That's like his whole deal. There you go.
The
A wisdom of
angels
+5
near.
seems pretty good.
Shall we move? We shall move! I crave for
We
adventure.
have an ancient Rustlandic coin.
Wrote as follows in my steps.
Oh, hello. Are you purple because that's what you look like? You are.
On my way. Let's shred them!
Okay, there are lots of centipedes, but there are more centipedes this way, so I think we're going to focus on going there.
Burn! Slice! Behead! With a legend!
Great battle between kobolds and mites took place here. It's impossible to tell
Let's
who
go.
won. Scorching Ray.
Let's shake a leg!
Remains of the miners' camp.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
2 old sycamore caves.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun! We've downed better ones. Die, die, die!
Hello, big spiders. You look dangerous.
Forwards! No, backwards, backwards!
So it kind of looks to me like we may have just like kind of skipped some effort. Let's run this way instead. Let's head into the
we walked
caves.
on.
So
Each step brings us closer to the end.
oh, I see.
I will grant your
This
request.
is like the kobold hiding place.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze. The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Greetings, friends. Queen Bada has been defeated. You have nothing more to fear. Where might Tartuk be now? Might not go this hall. We have Might Relic. I may need the relic to enter the hall if Tartuk is already there. How is the war with the Mites progressing? Just release them, Chief. How does holding the dumbhead prisoner serve you? We will speak later. Farewell. Tell me more about the story of Tartuccio. Yada yada yada. Searching for an unknown relic. Uses gullible creatures and betrayed someone who might ask questions and expose them, presenting them as a hunting trophy for the kobold chief. I'd be happy to see you among my companions. Time for me to continue my journey. I hate jails and their keepers. Yeah.
This way.
So, there is a special door, I guess, that we have to find.
Shall we move? We shall move! I need a challenge. I spy. What do I spy?
Lots of money things.
So many thoughts. So little time.
Right.
Let's shake a leg! What's that? About time.
Potion of resist acid.
Brave
That
for
seems very
adventure.
good for some of the stuff we've encountered so far. Where might Tartuk be now? Later farewell. So we have a
Onwards, together.
might relic.
I see blood! Blood! Let the attack commence! Ah!
Okay, we beat up a giant spider.
At first I said, no, I can't, too dangerous. Then I...
So, like, where else do we need to go? To the old Sycamore Depths, Sycamore Hall. Oh, so we've already, like, seen something?
Face me if you dare.
Lots of spiders going on. Not a fan, gotta say.
I'm by your side.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Lots of scrolls of vanish.
So little time.
Kobolds have turned the skull of a dragon-like creature into an object of worship. What's going on here?
I'll try to do it.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
I concur. I did as you asked. You cannot stand
May
against
I
me.
see your entrails, please? Burn! Slice! Behead!
Lots of traps that I'm coming across.
Protus follows in my steps.
Done and done.
I spy. What do I spy?
I've broken a nail.
Come on.
I did as you asked.
I'm
I
going.
see something.
Don't rush me.
What's over there?
So there's something there that we have to, like, interact with.
You can count on me.
Shall we move? We shall move!
So they walked on.
Silver.
I crave for adventure.
I am prepared to meet my end.
Die, die, die! Let the attack commence! No secrets can escape my prying gaze. I will indulge.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
May I see your entrails, please?
Please don't set off the trap. Please be smart enough not to set off the trap. Oh, that's annoying. Can we get out of this trap, please?
Step, step, step. I spy. What do I spy?
I did as you asked.
Let's shake a leg.
Right.
Oh, look!
Quick, quick, else we miss all the fun. On my way. The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
I kind of feel like the move is to wait. Ooh, that's a very good greatsword. I feel like that's
So
worth
little
taking.
time.
This way.
Shall we move? We shall move! I crave for
So if
adventure.
we head back into the depths, will this do anything? Tell y'all what, one thing I do need is a bathroom break. So I'll actually be right back. So I'm back, and this happened. Suggested actions. I guess report problem? Cool. Let's boot back up. I hope to God there is an autosave closer to where we just were than the one I made like anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour ago. I mean, even if there isn't, it's no big deal, but it's not good. I would not be happy. Oh, very convenient. Good, even.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
So let's see. If it happens again, I'm going to assume like it's an error caused by like the like trap still having our party members in it. In which case I may need to Google how to get them out of it. Okay, that time we loaded no issues. So,
Each step brings us closer to the end.
I crave for adventure.
I'm not afraid.
Die, die, die!
so we can basically just jump back in right where we were. I don't think we've missed anything.
Time becomes distance.
I did as you asked.
So,
Onwards, together.
You cannot stand against me.
Let the attack commence!
good, we're good. So, I think
I need a challenge.
That's good.
Shall we move? We shall move!
There's lots of dead things in this cave. I don't like that.
Let's go. What for Gorum? May I see your entrails, please?
Is anyone like really hurting? Sheila's like not doing great, but I think she'll be
I
fine
will grant your request.
for a while here.
Scared? You should be.
I think not separating her from the group is the like move here. Ooh, that was very good. Oh, that's... These are all bad.
This body holds no more. Assist me or lose me. This can't be over.
Is all this blood mine? Never thought I'd had that much.
There we go. Oof.
Wrote as follows in my steps.
Let's shake a leg. The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
One to true strike
So
and
so they walk
unidentified
A little
cloak.
time. On my way.
Hmm. Oh, we're already wearing our cloak of resistance. Okay. How can we get them out of the web traps once they're in them?
I crave for adventure.
Don't rush me.
Just letting the ink dry.
Speak.
So how do we get out of this trap?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, is everybody out? Everybody's out. Now that everybody's out.
Request. Share your will. Kashani Savitu.
So let's keep casting Inflict Light Wounds on
Savitu.
Jathal, because that's the only way we have to heal her.
Kashani
starve you.
Okay, I think we're good with those three. I don't want to use
I
up
wrote it like I
everything.
saw it.
Let's use Cure Light Wounds on Sheila.
Yes.
And then I
Shall
think
we
we're
move?
okay for
We
now.
shall move.
Possible.
Aha! We are now back
I am free to do what you ask of me.
here. So if I head back up, will that lead me to another path?
I will indulge you. Urgathoa guides me.
Okay, so I think to enter Sycamore Hall, we have to go over to where the knights are.
I'm by your side.
Let's shake a leg.
So let's head
I'll
this
try to
way.
do it.
That is possible.
Can you make an epic pose? I need
Die,
inspiration.
die, die! Let the attack commence! Oh.
Okay, centipedes so far. Not too bad to deal with. That's a very big centipede though.
All I see is black.
Oh, Sheila is not doing well.
I wonder what lies behind.
How much health does this giant centipede have? So Sheila has suffered a crippling wound. That's bad.
Rotus follows.
What
in
troubles
my
you?
Can we do
steps.
anything about the fact that that happened? We can obviously heal Sheila as much as possible.
At first I said, no, I can't, too dangerous. Then I insisted, but I should, I need that to survive. Then I argued. Then I agreed to do it. It's so hard to decide whether to have breakfast or not.
Let's see. Aha. Scroll of, do I have like a scroll of cure injury? Scroll of stop bleeding, please.
So many thoughts.
To you,
So little
I can't
time.
say no.
Restovic Paladin's crumpled helmet. And a light pick that does 4 times damage on a crit.
I
That seems
crave
pretty
for
good.
adventure. About time.
That is a pit of acid.
This way.
Face me if you dare.
I almost
May I
wonder if
see
I
your
should
entrails,
have Sheila stay back, but let's see. I mean, so far we're just churning through these things. That's kind of fine.
Let's go. I spy. What do I spy? No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
Potatoes, cheese,
Shall we move?
mushrooms.
We shall move. Let's shake a leg. The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
I feel like this would be a good place to rest. How are we doing on spell slots? Not the best. Does Haroon have any like good healing skills? Like we would need to get Jathal out of the range, otherwise it would damage
win this
her.
on the
So
fly.
I think
Brings us closer to the end.
let's truck on for now.
And so they walked on.
Submit. Burn. Slice. Behead.
Okay, lots of centipedes. Still lots of centipedes.
And then our leader charged forward.
Dread Skeleton Soldier. That seems dangerous and new. So I'm gonna rage.
This body holds no more. Survive. I always survive.
Will be. Definitely will be.
I think. Oops, it's too late.
Let the attack commence. Is all this blood mine? Never thought I had that much. I wonder what lies beyond.
Okay. That skeleton is doing very good for someone who is hurting. Inspire courage.
May I suggest another way to use this spell? Protect me, please.
This is bad.
I'm
Okay.
writing you out of our story. What a miserable last chapter.
I die free.
Can anyone get up? Are we literally just waiting for him to go around and finish us all off? I guess let's quick load. So now we know getting injured is very bad. No, this is our last quick save. What's our last auto, like, load game save? There we go. Let's go there. Good to know, game. When in doubt, save. I will keep that in mind. I think also resting is, like, a lot more important than I'm giving it credit for. Like, I've been all like, oh, let's go find Tartuccio. We can wait. No, we cannot wait. We need spell slots back. We need, like, healing yesterday. It's also good to know that the quick save and the, like, auto saves are
I need a
separate.
challenge.
One thing I will say, though, we know now that
So little time.
there's basically no benefit to going any of the other ways. So let's not go any of the other ways. These load times are getting long.
Time becomes distance.
The only thing I want to check, actually, I know I just went this way. I want to see how far back was this autosave? Like, did we talk to the Kobold Chief and get everything we need off of him? So I know I just made us sit through that really long loading screen, but we're going to sit through it again. Okay, at the very least this door is open.
I will
So I
grant
think
your
we
request.
probably did. We'll speak later.
That is possible.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
see.
Together.
Going back this way seems like the safest bet. There's lots of cool areas to explore, but given that all of those areas have killed us at some point, or at least a lot of them have.
Step, step, step.
There we go.
Oh, my impromptu rival. You are late, as always. A little advice? Never join any races. Speed is just not for you.
What's with this disguise,
Do you mean the
Tartuccio?
performance I put on for the kobolds? Wasn't this an excellent idea? The poor folks did everything I wanted, even started a brawl with their beloved neighbor mites. I did not even need to make any effort to complete my mission. That is why I will always be a step ahead of you and the like.
And this is the person I nearly made the hero of my book? Ew.
I know
But
you're
you
a
don't
toxic
know
spy.
my mission, and won't ever know because I will never tell you, even for the pleasure of seeing your discouraged face.
What were you looking
Don't
for
take me
here?
for an idiot. I am not going to tell you anything, even despite the fact that I am going to kill you. By the way,
Enough.
Making
We'll
that
settle our
pose? I
disputes.
need inspiration.
So we are going to rage. We have no reason not to do that. I probably should have saved before we got in this far. Wait. Inspire courage. Amory's gonna rage. J-Fall, I kind of have nothing for you to do. I think I like all this. Okay, we can unpause. Ooh, that's very bad. Very, 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 very bad. You are going to cast Inflict Wounds on yourself. Where are you? Hareem, you are going to cast Channel Positive Energy, Heal Living. Centered on yourself. And that is about all we can do, so I hope that's enough.
can we retreat now?
Oh, did he fireball himself? That's very funny.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Silver ring.
Shall
Lots
we
of
move?
stuff.
We shall move.
Tartuccio. take the broken crossbow, the magic missile, and the ring.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Goods, mage armor, ring, divine favor, heavy shield.
Let's shake a
gold
leg.
coin.
Free to do what you ask of me.
So many thoughts. So little time.
Is there anything else we need? With Tartuccio's death, both sacred branches of the old sycamore came into our possession. Okay, so we should deal with those wisely.
Brave for adventure.
To you, I can't say no.
Now I possess both sacred branches. Chaotic good. Give one branch.
And so they walked on.
So we decided the fate of the relics.
Quick,
Now we
quick,
just have to go
else
tell
we miss all the fun.
Keston. Was that his name?
Shall we move? We shall move.
Right.
First things first, we need to get out of here. Which... How do we get out of here?
I'm by your side.
I think let's retrace our steps to get out of here. Let's not take any unnecessary risks.
Let's go.
This way.
I'll carve my name into your flesh.
We should be careful about taking exactly the path back we want. Uh-oh. Am I gonna run out of battery here? That would not be good.
Don't fall behind.
We'll head outside. There's nothing else we want, right?
At
Yeah,
first
we're
I
good.
said, no, I can't. It's too dangerous.
What
Oh.
a sorry spectacle. The treacherous servant of a treacherous king, who in his turn is mere servant to even greater powers. He impersonates a lesser creature and dies. A good joke is a powerful weapon, and a bad one can seal the Joker's fate.
Oh?
So be it. Rise, my unfortunate jester. Your performance is not over yet.
Interesting.
Urgathoa guides me.
Ooh, I apparently left some stuff here. Never
Let's
mind.
shake a leg.
So, the most direct path back would seem
On
to be
my
to
way.
follow this way. Like I said, we are taking no chances. We are very hurt.
I am free to do what you ask of me.
So many thoughts, so little time.
So let me see. You know, as much as I want to try to get all the way back to the trading post without resting, I think it's better to rest now. Use rations, use healing spells and abilities before resting. Begin resting.
Ragangar and you are like two boots that make a pair. Only both are left boots. Ha!
Yeah, that's right. Who else would need us if we didn't need each other?
I got 4 rations. Still don't know how to do that hearty meal, huh? Should try to open the door.
I'll take the bait.
So let's talk to what's his face. Oh. Will you help me in the battle? What happens after I defeat the Stag Lord? Will I ever see you again? You can count on me. I'll deal with the Stag Lord and his minions. No one will come to harm to anyone. Something like that.
Trail me.
So the Stag Lord is defeated. Let's go into the house.
Step, step, step.
Keston, I failed to capture Tartuccio alive. He attacked me and was killed.
Well, this is not the best outcome, but I think it will be good enough for Jamandi. Take this as a reward for your help. I'll send word to Restov. Once again, I thank you for your help. I'll remain here until my men recover from their wounds. Meanwhile, we'll help guard the trading post and fight off any bandits should they return.
See you later.
Time becomes distance.
So we have not gotten enough experience to level up yet. I kind of thought we would have, given that we did like some pretty major quest stuff just now. So I think before we take on the Stag Lord's castle, I would like to...
Forwards. No, backwards, backwards.
Whatchamacallit?
Step, step, step.
So like our two major quests at this point are go take out the Stag Lord and investigate those nightmares I've been having. I think between the two, I would rather check out what's going on with the... So we've taken some ability damage. How do we recover that?
I crave for adventure. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Can, like... Jihad help?
May I serve you?
I need the help of a cleric.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
How may I serve you?
What services do you offer? Give you the story, I guess. Should go. How do I recover strength damage?
Time becomes distance.
Potion of Aid. Potion of Barkskin. Potion of Lesser Restoration. Dispels any temporary magic effects. Reducing one of the subject's ability scores. It does not remove permanent effects such as curses or diseases. Or cures 1d4 points of temporary ability damage. So is my damage coming from a temporary or a permanent source? I'm going to quick save right now just in case. Like, if it's temporary, would it have gone away when I rested? So the fact that it didn't go away means it's not. How can I check? We're also very close to leveling up, actually, so it's not the end of the world. Permanent. Ah.
Shall we move? We shall move!
So can I get a scroll of restoration? Is that a thing? Resist. Okay, restoration. It's gonna be temporary magical effects, reducing one of the subject's ability scores. Does not restore permanent ability drain. So will... Is there a scroll of greater restoration or something like that? Okay, here's scroll of restoration. So I'm gonna try lesser restoration, and if it doesn't work, to save myself from having wasted a potion, I'm going to... Okay, that did work.
The
We're
road
good.
calls me. I'll take the bait.
So we're fine. Let's go area exit. Like, we found all their life savings there. I don't want to take their money. Like, the one thing the tutorial showed me is that sometimes stuff like that has consequences. And I feel like it would be very weird for the tutorial to do that and then the game not do that. So, story. Staglord's hut is down there. Let's head to Nettles Crossing. Let's enter Nettles Crossing.
About time.
5 coins to cross the river. Small house burnt down a dozen years ago.
It's just not my lucky day. Right.
What a bother.
My search was
Let's
not in
go.
vain.
Potion of resist cold.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Oh, Lindsay?
Adventures
Onwards.
call to them.
Together.
Oh, Lindsay already failed to pick this lock.
You have my
J-Fall.
attention.
Forwards! No backwards, backwards! So many thoughts, so little time.
That is possible.
What's over there?
Hmm? Davik Nettle. Corpse face exploded. It was you who sent me those nightmares. Who are you? Davik Nettle. A long time ago, this person, then a living man, came here from Bevoy, constructed a rope bridge, built a house, and lived in it, collecting payments from those across the river. How did you die? The Stag Lord. Suddenly the Stag Lord's. What do you want from me? Death to the Stag Lord. Why must I be the one who does it? Very well, I shall meet your vengeance.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Kill the Stag Lord, then speak with Neville. Okay. So that was a fun detour that was basically just like, go kill the guy you were already gonna kill, but I'll give you a spear if you do it. Kinda like not worth it a little bit.
my breath.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
So let's rest. I feel like resting on the Stag Lord's fort is like a recipe for trouble, so let's head over here and then rest. Let's use the rations. Begin resting.
What do you think, Harem? If we're all meant to die, how will it happen?
I don't know. I'm not a prophet. I simply follow the will of Grotus. Whatever end is prepared for me, I only hope to face it with dignity.
We got 5 rations. We got a hearty meal. That's good. So what I'm wondering is, do I save and call it a night now, or do we try to kill the Stag Lord? I think we just auto-saved. There's no harm in trying. Let's go for it.
So they walked on.
So...
Now, this is a surprise. I'm on my way to pay the Stag Lord a visit, and I don't expect it to be a friendly one. How about we go together? I'd appreciate some help during the fight.
Why did you decide to rebel against the Stag Lord?
I used my head, finally. I grew up in Restov, choking on hypocrisy. The Aldori make like these brave, noble defenders of justice. But they're afraid to do so much as bark at Shatova. The Stag Lord? He seemed different. Mighty, menacing, like a huge wave rolling toward the shore. He said he'd build a new kingdom here, and anyone brave enough to fight under his banner would get a new life. But now? Now he just sits in his fortress, drinking away and plumbing his bedroom pillows for some queen of his. Though, I can't say if she's real or just a symptom of his drunken delirium. I trusted him. In his name, I almost got Svetlana killed. The only living soul who's been kind to me. I was wrong, and I want to right that wrong with my own hands. I will free these lands of Stag Lord.
So what's your plan?
What's the plan? A fight's a fight. They'll let me and anyone with me inside the fort. No questions asked. Once we're in there, we call out the Stag Lord and tell him it's time to demonstrate his royal ambitions.
It's a bold plan and I like it.
Let the fate of the stolen lands be decided in battle.
Like, if this goes bad, we already auto-saved.
Oh, it's you, girl. Why have you come?
You made it out to see us. Quite an achievement for someone who claims to be king of these lands.
Hold your tongue, Cressel!
No, I've had enough of following you like a dog. I'm here for blood, Stag Lord. One of us won't see the end of this day.
All dogs try to bite their masters eventually. They shouldn't. These lands are mine! I won't let you take them from me!
Okay, so... inspire some courage. Let's rage. Let's... yeah, that's all good. we just let it roll. And if something about this doesn't work, we'll see. Where is... Sheila, Jacob. Where's the... Oh, she's on the ground. Got it. Oh, wait.
Lost.
This can't be over.
Is all this blood mine?
Ah. Yeah, straight up fight. Not gonna win that. So,
You cannot stand against me.
Mine! I won't let you take them from me!
let's load our autosave. So beating the Stag Lord in a straight up fight, not happening. At least not at our current level. Now that we have seen the consequences of that plan, I'm wondering, do we just go ahead and try to sneak in? Or do we, like, kind of mess with it a little bit? Let's enter the Stag Fort again. Let's try going the other way and just see what we can do, since we're not going to win a straight up fight. At least not against all of his guards and him at the same time. Let's head up
Now,
here.
This, I use my head. He said I trust.
So what's your
the
plan?
A
Direct
fight's a
attack might
fight.
not be the best
They'll
option.
let
I'll look
me
for other
in.
ways to enter the
Fine.
fort.
Just don't take.
I will grant your request.
What for Gorum?
Die, die, die! Let the attack commence! Yeah.
Any pelts we can take?
So
No.
many thoughts.
Each step
So little
brings us
time.
closer to the end.
If we like sneak around back of the fort, does that do anything for us?
That is possible.
Not really.
Time becomes distance.
I this is just their front door. I would rather not bust down their front door. If I can help it. That seems like a not great way to get in.
I'm not afraid.
May I see your entrails, please? Did you like that? What? You didn't?
Oh hey, we leveled up.
Shall we move? We shall
That
move.
might help. Let's go Barbarian level 4. Let's boost our... I think our Con is the best move. Then our ability points, let's grab some athletics, mobility, lore nature. A rage power. What is our rage power? Raging, 2 claw attacks. As a standard action, the Barbarian heals 1d8 points of damage plus Constitution modifier once per day. I think I like Renewed Vigor. Renewed Vigor. Complete.
Yes, I'm still here.
Level up. Cleric. Putting a point into Wisdom would theoretically make sense, but it's already at a +5 with everything we're wearing. I kind of think it's worth putting the point into something else. Is there anything I could put that would like boost a modifier to like a better value? No. In that case, like Constitution seems pretty good. Constitution or Strength could honestly both be very good. Let's go Strength. Go with more lore religion and more perception.
Adventures call to them.
Lindsay, level up. Bard, take an ability score in Charisma. Trickery is a must. Stealth would be pretty good because she is the one doing a lot of stuff for us. Persuasion seems pretty good. Knowledge world seems pretty good. Or do I want even more mobility? Or more stealth? Or more athletics? You know, athletics isn't bad. Now, you know what? Let's go with like the good old standby of perception. Like when in doubt, perception's pretty good. Cure moderate wounds seems like a must take. I like the idea of Summon Monster 2. person seems good. Delay poison? Cacophonous call. There's lots of good stuff here. Yeah, let's take sound burst.
Well,
Omri, level up. Barbarian. Like, all of these skill spreads they took are just, like, not great. So we want athletics, mobility, lore nature, perception. I think we take exactly the same ones we did last time. At least I'm pretty sure that's the same. And it's, like, hard to argue with renewed vigor. Oh, let's take deadly accuracy, actually. Let's diversify our barbarians a little.
share your will.
Jaethal, level up. Let's take an Inquisitor level. Wisdom is the recommended stat here, so that's what I'm going to mess with. Let's take... Perception. What else do we want? Knowledge Arcana wouldn't be bad. An extra point to Trickery and an extra point to Mobility. Let's go with that. Spells. Inflict Moderate Wounds is another heal spell for her, so let's do that. Lesser Restoration. That sounds very good.
You can count on me.
And Octavia. I think it's better to get more wizard levels. I honestly don't know here. Let's go wizard to get the ability. Oh, we get the ability score thing regardless. Oh, we can get a +6 to intelligence. That's really good. Let's do that. And then let's take mobility, trickery, world, because she is our cook in the campsite, and that matters a lot. Stealth. Let's also buff the stealth. The transmutation is all very good. Wisdom benefit, intelligence benefit, charisma, dexterity. Strength seems pretty good. Let's grant bonuses to strength and dexterity. Those are two very good things.
I crave
Okay.
adventure.
Follows in my steps.
Face me if you dare.
Burn, slice, behead. I spy. What do I spy? Ah!
Oh, this actually seems quite bad. Although, wait a minute. Marine, this will nuke everything. Never mind.
Is all this blood
It's
mine?
like,
Never thought I had that much.
let's heal. Channel positive energy. Anything else I can do to not be in such a bad position right now? Not really, so let's just kind of keep moving. Oh, a zombie lord.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Good.
Let's shake a leg.
Tell you what. Do I have a healing potion? I do. Let's use that.
Quick, quick, else we miss all the fun.
Lindsay the Magnificent? Lindsay the Illustrious? Something more simple, like Lindsay the Great? Maybe Lindsay the Indecisive.
Heal. Armor you want. And then I think let's... I'm going to do a quick save and an actual save just to be thorough. And then I think we're going to call it a night here. Because it's already past 10 p.m. my time. That's usually when I like to cut things off here. And yeah, let's just go ahead and make a new save. I have some important stuff going on in my personal life tomorrow. So, with that said, thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in, go ahead and follow me here. I have a Twitter. I'm not using it as much currently, and I think that's been better for me. So that might continue to be the case, but you can follow me there if you want. Join our Discord. There's a link. There's a chat command that will get you a link. And yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday for some more Persona. We're probably finishing Persona. Let's look forward to that. And I will talk to you then.